Welcome to JEDTV.
Hi, I'm Amber.
And I'm Neve.
Dyslexia Awareness Week Scotland is from the 1st to the 7th of November.
So we decided to find out everything we could about dyslexia.
It is estimated that 1 person in 10 is dyslexic and 1 in 40 is severely dyslexic.
Children with dyslexia usually have difficulties with learning to read, write and spell.
They also might struggle with numbers.
However, they can be creative, talented, articulate and imaginative.
They might perform very well in practical subjects.
We decided to interview some pupils and teachers to find out more.
Hi, I'm Alison Hardy, a support for learning teacher. I want to talk a bit about dyslexia. It's a learning difficulty and it can affect reading and spelling as well as memory and processing speed. It occurs across a range of intellectual abilities, and assessment is normally done in a holistic way where evidence is gathered over a period of time, interventions are put in place and then an identification can be made. Things that help are pictorial support, and also technology is a great help with speech to text and audiobooks.
Hi, my name is Mr Davis. I'm a PE teacher and I have dyslexia. So I was diagnosed with dyslexia when I was 15, just before my GCSEs. And school was, I guess, it's always difficult and found real difficulties in terms of my memory, reading, arithmetic. Found them really, really difficult. But luckily I had support. Teachers were really supportive and I had additional help at home, which really helped me. But I very quickly had to learn as well. I didn't have the support that maybe people have now in terms of dyslexia, and I had to learn myself how to deal with my way of learning, and that was, although difficult, it set me up really, really well as I went through school and then on to later life at university, learning in further education. I just found my own ways of kind of dealing with my dyslexia and how I worked. Just realised that it took me more time. I had to take more time to make sure I understood what I was going through. The big positives for me with my dyslexia is my creativity and my practical skills. Got a great sense of awareness, and so my love of practical skills really kind of helped me with dyslexia and saw me through school with my sport, and hence the reason why I'm a PE teacher today. So what's worked best for me in terms of dealing with my dyslexia is definitely probably taking my time and really kind of being organised and making sure I've got things in place. The more organised I am, the better I work, as with everyone really, but especially so with my dyslexia, because I do struggle with my organisation and planning. So I have to really be on that, and I've got apps and things on my phone, and really support people around me that kind of know how I work and really help me out to make sure that I'm doing the right things at the right time as well. So I think the one thing I'd say is dyslexia is a superpower. I think looking ahead and what people are saying, what I've been reading, is that the dyslexic brain has so many kind of characteristics that suit the modern world, and that ability to be creative, to be entrepreneurial. I'd say for me, my creativity has really helped me in terms of being able to see things, especially with a practical subject with PE, where I've got to think on my feet at times for different games, different situations. That's really been helpful and allowed me to kind of be a more creative, more engaging in my teaching and what I do in classrooms.
We are talking to Ed in S5. Hi Ed.
Hi.
Can you tell us a bit about you? What do you enjoy and what are you studying?
I'm studying sports leader, PE, geography, and I love doing rugby and being outside.
So when did you find out you were dyslexic?
Probably about P5 or P4.
How did it make you feel when you found out?
It was a bit of a relief knowing that I wasn't just thick. And it helped knowing that I would get support now.
So what does dyslexia make difficult for you?
It makes reading mainly, but also spelling. My spelling can be absolutely atrocious sometimes.
What support have you had and how has this helped?
I get a greens overlay for my reading. It helps the words not jump around a bit.
What strategies do you use to help with your dyslexia?
When I'm writing stuff out, I always get someone to check it after I've done, point out every little mistake, and then I'll change it again.
Can you tell us about your hopes and aspirations?
I'd quite like to be a PE teacher, and either go to Edinburgh or Stirling University when I leave school.
Lastly, what advice would you give to other people who are dyslexic?
Keep going, because you find it hard at first, but the thing is with dyslexia is it's hard at the beginning, but once you've done it for a couple of years, you're just like everyone else.
Thank you for talking to us.
Hello, I'm Mrs Hay and I teach in P1. I've been a teacher for 37 years and it was only in the last 10 years that I found out I was dyslexic. I learned to read before I went to school, and this happened because my grandpa had been in the First World War and had only got half a lung, so he couldn't do anything that grandpas wanted to do. I would just sit on his knee and look at storybooks with him. So I had learnt an awful lot about books and reading by the time I went to school, so nobody suspected there was a problem. My problems really started when I went into secondary school, and the burden of reading, processing what I was reading and writing became heavier and heavier. As a lot of you will know, the older you get in school, the more you have to read, write and record. I wanted to be a teacher from when I was 7 years old. I wanted to be Mrs Bellamy, and I had that wish in the back of my mind all through my education. I saw my friends just breezing through exams, just getting essays written, and I would work and work and work and work and work and think I wasn't good enough, I wasn't trying hard enough. Nobody could have worked harder than I did to get a straight C. That was the pinnacle of my achievement, a C. I got enough to get into university. I trained to be a teacher. I started teaching reading, and it has been my passion all my life. And because it is such a passion, I was invited in 2010 to join a government countrywide approach to having a dyslexia czar in every school. So I was invited to do a master's level, so that's, you've done your hires, you go to university, you get your degree, and then after that you can do even more qualifications. So I was doing the one after a degree in dyslexia. And as we were being taught as adults, the tutor would flash things on the screen and I would say, stop, I haven't actually got to the bottom of that slide, stop, I'm in the slow readers group. And I was quite comfortable at making that joke. And the tutor said to me very quietly, Mrs Hay, do you think you might be dyslexic? And the more I'd learnt in the course about dyslexia, the more I thought it would answer a lot of questions. And I am. My processing is very slow when I read. I have to read at the same speed. The voice in my head reads every word slowly, slowly, slowly. And the back of my brain is thinking, have you understood that? And sometimes if the font isn't right, if the spacing isn't right, I have to go back and try again, and try again, and try again. And sometimes I have to sew that sentence with that sentence, and then go back to the beginning and then read 3 sentences. Sometimes it can be really, really hard work. And at the end of reading something, you feel really exhausted. So if I can help any of you with anything, any aspect of might you be dyslexic or not, I'm really, really happy to talk to anybody about it. I have got a qualification at master's level in dyslexia. Being dyslexic does not stop you achieving your dreams. I'm here as a teacher, which was my lifelong dream. Thank you.
Thanks for watching.